What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day gamer here with special guest, that guy. We got the Pac-Man suit, we got some libations in the back, and we're almost to Cleveland. Because that's right, once again we're going to the Cleveland Gaming Classic. Oh man, do I love me some Cleveland Gaming Classic. Was so excited for this year to roll around. It's only the second year that I went. Last year being the first, had a blast. Knew it was going to be bigger and better this year, so I was super excited to go. It is a 3-day event, and we went for all three. We will chronicle what happened. So Friday was like a VIP pre-party thing. Lots of people were still setting up. The place is absolutely gigantic. I don't know how many of the pre-party tickets were sold, but the place is so big, it seemed empty, no matter how many people were there. But it was a real cool setup. First thing we did was head over to this super cool faux retro game show thing. We put on a vest and you had to go around and collect these games. You know, there was rules to it, one from each system, pick certain games, dig through the container, find a quarter, use it to get an egg, blah, 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 extra points and all that. It was super cool. This was one of the first things I saw, and I knew I wanted to make my way to it right away. What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day gamer, we made it to the Cleveland Gaming Classic. It's officially open, 9 a.m. Gates opening for VIP right now, so nobody's here yet. We're gonna try and get some good footage before it gets assholes to elbows. Let's check it out. Hey, made me dizzy. And here's the guy we came to see right here, but he's not here yet. So even though it was way early, most of the convention was set up, so I went poking my nose around all the booths to see what I could get into. There was lots and lots of really cool art and crafty things there. Right here you got the perler art. I always love this stuff. This booth was spectacular, so I made sure to get to it first before it got picked clean. As you can see, they got a lot of cool things. Great imagination on this person. They're just picking some things to make that you wouldn't generally think of. I really like that Slimer. I like how the stand is the actual Ghostbusters logo. So many cool things in this booth. Spent quite a bit of time there. Another really cool thing I've been seeing a lot of at conventions lately are these 3D print art, statues, and all kinds of things. I really wanted to buy that Dracula castle, but there's just nowhere to put it. Since I knew I wasn't going to buy it, I made sure to get some good footage here. These mushrooms, I mean, so many of these things are really, really cool. And as cool as these things are, they're cheap. I don't know anything about this 3D art. I mean, it must be inexpensive if they're selling these really cool, ornate things for this cheap. I really wanted to get this dragon head controller holder too. Oh, so many things I wanted. Wanted to get Angry Baby, some of these dragons, but they're very breakable. He is not gentle with anything. I spent a good amount of time looking at these, even though I didn't get any. I really, really wanted to, but I knew that they would just get destroyed. So I figured the time would be better spent filming them to show you. One thing I think is super cool about these as well is how they make them look like almost lenticular. I don't know how to explain it, but the skeleton warrior statue thing was a great example. It looks like it shines and shimmers different colors. These pens were really cool, but didn't find any I quite liked. The time machine seems to make its way to every convention, and for good reason, because it's cool as hell. Since this was way early, I got to sneak up close and get a little footage where I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, whoa, would you look at that? What's this? What's this booth over here? VGM? Video Games Monthly? What's that all about? Sounds interesting. Maybe I'll subscribe. This guy looks kind of familiar. There's not a lot of people with blue mohawks.
You got the suit on again.
Yeah, happy Saturday, you guys.
How you doing?
Always good to see Darby from Blue Television Gaming's. Met him last year at the convention where, when I was fortunate enough to help out at the VGM booth, he was there and hung out with him for quite some time. Really cool guy. His wife's really nice too. Since Angry Baby is now of that age, we spend a lot of time watching his channel. So thanks, Darby. Thank you for babysitting my kid. And then it was time to get into the meat and potatoes. The reason I came here. Glorious cases of Nintendo Entertainment System cartridges. And other various games that are also fantastic. Going through all these tubs of games at the convention is tedious, but extra enjoyable. Love going through tubs. You know, when you go game hunting nowadays, you find nothing. Well, the prices at the conventions are okay. And you can haggle. I found it really strange that Little Samson and Dinosaur Peak, some of these other super heavy hitters were jammed right up front. Obviously, it's so you see them and can't get your grubby little hands on them, but I don't know, it was super weird. Oh God, I want those games so bad. Definitely a huge amount of arts and crafts, which are mostly all video game theme and super cool. You know, like once again, saying it, love the perler arts. My sister loves Hocus Pocus, so I made sure to get an up-close shot of this. I'm not sure what exactly these things are called, but they're those little croc figures. Obviously had to get me some Pac-Man things. Bought a bunch of those for Angry Baby. Lots of stuffed animals, lots of old action figures, lots of old action figures on cart. These Swamp Thing figures I always wanted, especially the glow-in-the-dark ones. This one here is like my holy grail, but I cannot. There's nowhere to put it. I really like these resin mold things as well. I mean, some of them are figures, some of them are art, whatever you call them, but these things are super cool to look at. They're just shiny and just draw my eye to it every time. Wanted to get something for Angry Baby, but I knew he would just trash it. Did a little bit of digging through bins for toys for myself. This guy really caught my eye. I could not figure out what the hell he is, but he looked like a bartender, so I wanted him. The guy, I asked him, he told me what it was. It was Black Star or something. I didn't get it. Those figures were really cool. Never saw them. They're obviously, you know, like Japanese, but any kind of shiny or glow-in-the-dark figures always draw me to them. But I spotted him from behind at the Perler booth. Big Mario. Yeah, I was so infatuated with staring at him and interested in purchasing him. I kind of neglected other things, but you got the Hulkster! Yeah! You know, I could spend a fortune on Ninja Turtle, guys. I don't go down that rabbit hole ever. But I thought this Star Wars cruiser thing was really sweet. It's like $350. Got some of the construction Transformers. Seeing those old KB stickers on there, it's fucking cool as hell. I always wanted this Voltron guy. Guess I won't be getting him now. This line of G.I. Joes, the Beast War guys, whatever, I always thought those were really cool, especially that guy. But I also won't be getting any of those now. It's all kinds of cool stuff in general. But this guy right here, I was so infatuated with staring at Big Mario, I missed him the first time around. I had that. I don't know what the hell it was. Anybody remembers? Let me know. Set up this really cool orchestra thing right in the middle. They're doing a lot of kind of Final Fantasy stuff, but they did jam some Mario later, and it sounded really cool. Here we got Darby's wife playing the retro game show. Man, I can't remember what they called this thing, but it was a ton of fun. I really liked it. What a great idea. I wish I would have played it more than once, but I got distracted by all the shiny things in video games. And they had to give this guy a chance. I hate to admit it, but he got the high score. He kicked both our butts and everyone else to get the high score out of the whole convention. It didn't end up holding throughout the whole weekend, but as much as I hate to admit it, he nailed it this time. Despite looking like a super hot mess, he ended up doing a real good job. Angry Baby came to see what's happening. Wave hi, buddy. Oh, did you poop? Did you poop your pants?
No.
Yes, you did. Why does it smell like poop then? All right, we'll be right back. Well, one good thing came out of that. When I was back there, I remembered to grab Big Mario. That's what Angry Baby calls him all the time. Big Mario. Carries him around like this. Big Mario. I really like this guy's booth. I spent a lot of time looking through each one and carefully selecting, using great restraint. I actually only purchased one. Our new refrigerator, it's stainless steel and magnets don't stick to it except on the side, and the sides are hidden, so I knew that if I got them I really wouldn't be doing anything with them, so I picked out one, which we will end up showing you in the pickups video to come after this one. But so many of these were super cool. I mean, you know, I wanted the Tapper one, I wanted infinite ones, the Cadillacs and dinosaurs. When was the last time you saw a Cadillacs and dinosaur marquee refrigerator magnet? Huh? Never! That's one, I'll tell ya. That was my second choice right there. Dungeons and Dragons, the Tower of Doom. God, I love that one. But, spoiler, I did not end up getting it. I picked up a different one. I'm not going to tell you, but you might be able to figure it out for yourself. Cool thing about the conventions is the people watching. And this guy right here, I didn't know I was going to run into a 10-foot tall transformer when I was video game shopping. These things were super, super banging, and really, really wanted to pick up a Pac-Man thing, but he didn't have one. But he does take commissions, so we got that card. We're gonna get a Pac-Land, whatever you call them things. This thing right here caught my eye last year, and I like an idiot didn't buy it. You know, like an idiot, I didn't buy it again this year. I ran across these and spent a good amount of time flipping through them. You know, I still got all my old Garbage Pail Kids in my parents' attic, but I haven't seen them for 30 years. It felt good to thumb through these things. It really, really brought it back. I remembered, you know, I had most, if not all of these. This is just a huge piece of nostalgia. You know, a few months ago I got that new Nintendo Garbage Pail Kids game, which I really liked, but to be honest I didn't like it nearly as much as thumbing through these. That's just, wow, what a blast from the past. I gotta get up in my parents' attic and get these suckers out. Michael B. So the Game Genie. Howdy, sir. I came all the way here to see this guy.
You didn't come here for me.
He hasn't been at his booth, but guess where we found him?
At the beer stand.
At the beer stand. And it's a little early for me, I'm not Canadian.
Well, I am.
And he is, so I'm gonna buy him a beer.
Oh, you're not gonna do that, man. I'll buy you a beer. So
there's a brief summary of my second trip to the Cleveland Gaming Classic. This video didn't do it justice. I mean, my GoPro, you know, I'm not a professional photographer. The sound is crap. It just doesn't grasp being there. The place was just so gigantic. Looking at the video, it makes it seem like nobody was there, but the place was jammed. I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask the count at the door, but there was for sure thousands of people there, and yet it was very spacious. Last year when it was downstairs, which was also pretty damn big, it wasn't nearly the size of this. So last year, you know, it was a little crampish. That's how they get at the conventions, you know, you're rubbing elbows with people. There was definitely times when I was doing that, but that wasn't when I busted out the camera. Mostly I filmed early or before it started so I could really get in there and not have people in front of me. But I can't stress enough, Cleveland Gaming Classic, kick ass, make sure you go. This is my second year, I am absolutely going for year number 3. Looking forward to it. I'll plan ahead more next time, because there was many things that I wanted to do, and people that I wanted to chat with. I wanted to set up a couple of interviews, and I don't know, maybe I did that. Maybe I did. Maybe you'll just have to wait to see what video comes out next. But once again, Cleveland Gaming Classic. Loved it. Loved it. Year 2, already can't wait for year 3, and it just happened. So thanks for tuning into my channel. Check out other people's videos on Cleveland Gaming Classic. I've been watching them all week since we got there. But now, hopefully you're enjoying mine. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro!
Big Mario.
Next year you get to go, buddy. How's that sound?
I tried it.
Awesome!